YouTubers. I decided to do some more reviews in English on request, and I'm going to give a summary of some of my fragrances that I reviewed already in Dutch. I hope it gives some information about these special fragrances, and I start with some series of kind of winter fall fragrances. Why? Well, first of all, it's on the other side of the earth, it's winter, and I'm living in the summer part now, but it might become winter in some other parts, so why not do some winter fall fragrances, and maybe some of the fragrances you can wear all year. And I'll start with Avignon from Comme de Garçons, is this one. Well, this fragrance from the house of Comme de Garçons is really different. You can say it's kind of a winter fragrance. It's the scent of the Catholic Church. Can you believe that? Well, you will say, where do I need the scent of the Catholic Church for? Well, okay, I understand that, but this scent is so beautiful. I want to put it on myself all the time. It's the fragrance, it's the scent of an old cathedral in France. And I don't know if you've been to France. I hope you guys have traveled a little bit in Europe. If not, do it. It's beautiful. And well, there's one old cathedral. It's a really old one in the little town called Chartres. And it's not far from Paris. If you're in Paris, just go there. It has a beautiful cathedral. In this cathedral you have beautiful light, and in Avignon, also an old French city, Avignon was during some ages the center of the Catholic power in Europe. This one smells like cold stone walls of a cathedral, wet cold stone walls. You know, you have those walls that are handmade and they're wet and they're cold, and it's in a cathedral, and you see marble and you smell this myrrh, this incense that's made out of old trees from the Middle East. That's all in this fragrance. It has cedar, it has patchouli, it has myrrh, it has olibanum, and myrrh goes the story, one of the gifts is given by the birth of Jesus Christ. Well, I want to put it on myself all the time, and it's not sexy, not at all, but it has some serenity and it's beautiful. Well, it's very interesting. Some people may say you smell like a church, but I think it's beautiful. Well, that's the first one. Remember it, from Comme de Garçons. The second one is a monster fragrance. It's this one. This one is made by Alessandro Gualtieri, an Italian guy. Actually, well, this represents the smell of maybe drugs, soft drugs. First of all, I'm Dutch, and a lot of people think in Holland everybody uses drugs. That's not true. Mostly tourists do that. I lived in Amsterdam, and I lived in a neighborhood. They sell a lot of drugs, coffee shops, and it was kind of a really nice neighborhood to live. I studied there, and I have to say that this fragrance, it has the same kind of atmosphere in it. And you know, this Alessandro Gualtieri, he lives around there too, really. This Italian guy, this famous nose, he lives in that neighborhood or not far from it, and I think he kind of got inspired by this, we call it the Nieuwmarkt buurt, Nieuwmarkt neighborhood. It's like the red light district in Amsterdam. If you ever have a chance, just visit it. It's beautiful. And if you want to know where to go or not, just let me know and I will tell you. Well, this fragrance is different from other winter fragrances. You know, why is this one so beautiful? It's not sweet. It's kind of fresh. And at the same time, it's a monster. It has everything that a winter fragrance should have. And opposite from the other one that I showed, this one is really sexy. It really attracts other people. It's very archetypical. And it's only 30 milliliters, so it's really small bottle. But you can have one spray and it's enough. One or maybe two sprays. And I think it's my best winter fragrance. I've tried the other ones from Nasomatto, but this one for me is the best. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful fragrance, and you can order it on their site, I think, nasomatto.com, or maybe at the shop, but just see what you want. It's beautiful. Next, I have a sample here. It's L'air de dessert Marocain. It is the wind of the desert in Morocco, and it is really like that. And you will say, how do you know? Well, I have to be honest, I've been there. If you for instance go to Marrakesh, Moroccans say Marrakesh or something, you will see the house of Yves Saint Laurent. He has a house there. It's a beautiful garden with a lot of colors, bright yellow, bright blue, and you have beautiful villages like Chefchaouen. It's like in the north that you have houses with green paint to protect from the mosquitoes. But anyway, you know, it's a very friendly country and you can just go there. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever visited. I'll put the link and look at the pictures in Morocco and you will understand this fragrance. This is the fragrance, a herbal sweet fragrance. It's like walking in a Medina. A Medina is like the old city where there is like a wall around and you have those herbs and you have all kind of scents that you smell, caramel, bread, herbs, sweets, flowers. It's all in this. If there was no Nasomatto Black Afgano, this would be my favorite. Women and men both like them and it's a beautiful one. I think it's a little bit masculine. Well, really at least worth trying. Remember it, it is a beautiful fragrance. Next one, Jubilation XXV from Amouage. It is a fragrance like the other ones, like Avignon Incense, like Black Afgano, L'air de dessert Marocain. It is a winter fragrance, it is a herbal winter fragrance. It's a little bit more sweet and fresh. They say it has blueberries and wood and amber and a lot of other things, but to me I smell sandalwood and rose. And what's the difference with the other ones? Well, this one is more sweet. I know that this one is like the top fragrance for a lot of men who are really into fragrances, but it's a personal thing. And from Amouage, I don't know, what I'm missing in Amouage is the incense. I'm missing a little bit incense. It's a little bit too sweet for me. But nevertheless, it is a beautiful fragrance. Well, if you like it, try it. Well, we started kind of neutral and we're going more and more into sweet fragrances and we're coming to a really sweet one now, I think. That's Killian Back to Black. By Kilian, Back to Black, is a honey fragrance. Honey based fragrance. It's sweet, you smell tobacco, you smell flowers, and the opening is spectacular. Although I don't really like very sweet winter fragrances, I have to say that this one is nice because it has some incense in it. Makes it a little bit more beautiful and interesting. This one I know is for a lot of men, like their absolute winter favorite. It's sweet, it's beautiful in the opening, it's fresh, it's flowery, and you smell almonds, patchouli in the opening, and it's very beautiful in the opening. But on my skin it gets smaller and smaller, and at the end I just have a little bit of honey. So that's why I don't buy it. I think it's beautiful, it has incense, it has a beautiful opening, it's beautiful, but at the end it's too simple for me. and it's not having this complexity that, for instance, Jubilation has, Jubilation 25 from Amouage, or L'air du dessert Marocain, or Nasomatto. But in the opening, this is the most beautiful one. So this is Killian back to black. And I will do one more for this round. And then we go to another round another time. And I think I will gonna choose the other Killian because it's also in the line of this kind of fragrances. Yes, we go to Taste of Heaven by Kilian. I have a sample here. And this one is more balanced than Back to Black. It is a beautiful fragrance. It is warm and herbal. And you can compare it a little bit with Obsession. And this one is more soft than the other Kilian that I showed. It has bergamot, it has oranges from Sicily, rose, tonka bean, and it has lavender and cinnamon. I think. There's no cinnamon in it, but I smell it. That's also an Obsession, I think. And vanilla. It's a beautiful fragrance. Just to try out, it's like a little bit different from the others. It's more herbal in some way, but still it's very sweet. And it has also a little bit freshness of the bergamot and the oranges. So, A Taste of Heaven. Not so honey, it's more soft, more herbal, and I smell Obsession. Well, I have this one, Incense, Avignon in my collection, and Nasomatto, Black Afgano. If you like Jubilation or the other ones, well, that can be your favorite. Your taste also changes over the years. Maybe you like this few years, you like this one and that one, and you have to consider that your taste will change maybe in the future, and maybe never. It will always be the same. So thanks for watching. I will do some more reviews in English, so you have a little bit idea of the reviews that I did in Dutch. I'll just pack them together and make a little bit longer, but I hope still informing review. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much. Till next time.